Determining what's fair for farmland rent can be a challenging process. Landowners want a fair return for their land, while farmers need a reasonable rental rate in order to be profitable.
But looking at the last 10 years from adult farm management, the rent cost is the biggest input cost for farmers. Fertilizer is getting up close to being high, but normally for the last 10 years, it's 30% of the input costs on corn budget and 40% of the input costs on soybeans.
Dave Bow is a University of Minnesota Extension educator. He and his colleagues at the University of Minnesota are holding a series of farmland rent workshops across the state to help farmers and landowners determine a fair rent. Bow says on average, farmers own 1/3 of the land they farm and rent the other 2/3, so land rent can play a big role in profitability.
It's really important for both parties to figure out that number because the rent gets too high. On cash rent corn ground, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 5 years in a row, they lost money. The rent was higher than the income off the land for those 5 years on cash rent corn ground for 1,200 farms in southern Minnesota. So it's a really important topic.
Bow uses years of actual farm data from more than 1,000 farms to help show average annual rental rates by county. The information is available online from the University of Minnesota. There can be widespread variability in what farmers pay for rent, which is why it's important for landowners and farmers to have conversations about what is fair.
So if they pay, the averages are like, in my budget I use $255 for an average, which is $10 increase from last year. And the southwest farm, or the whole southern Minnesota rents in 21 were only like $218. So for an average. So that's off the farmers' records. So to go to $255 2 years later, it's quite a big jump.
This is Ketelsen reporting.